This is Making Sense of Life and Reality. Today, we are joined by Nzula Mercy, a wellness coach and the founder of Wellness for Life. Nzula is passionate about helping people reconnect with their bodies through better digestion, balanced nutrition, and simple daily wellness habits. Through her work and her platform, she helps busy people, especially professionals and parents, restore their energy, support their gut health, and feel like themselves again. Nzula believes that when the body is supported, the mind becomes clearer and life becomes easier to navigate. You can shop the full range of supplements, weight management, and skincare products over social media pages, and you also provide mentorship to help you build your own wellness business. Please tell us more about that and let us know for those who want to start their wellness journey with you or even learn how to build a business around this lifestyle, how to go about it.
Yes, we do have ways that you can be able to get the products. And on Instagram, we are Wellness with Nzula. That's on Instagram. Okay. You can be able to, just see our content in there and message us from there. You can also send us a message on our work phone, which is 0721 441 822. You can send us a WhatsApp message. We give free consultation. We don't charge for our consultation. That way we are able to see how to walk the journey with you and just see, are you having, there are two types of problems people have. So you have an energy problem or a digestive problem. And so we are able to sit, have that conversation with you, tell you what can work for you, what are some of the lifestyle changes you need to make. For us, as I said, it's not about the product. It's about helping you to change your lifestyle in a way that is sustainable, even without us being there. And that's what we do as wellness coaches. Okay. That way we work with you to have that freedom. And I like that you've been referring to kids. I used to have a dog. and a friend of mine, she was my former boss, a very sweet lady. Awesome. And she was like, I don't understand dogs. 4 years down the line, you can't even send them to the kitchen. But you can see, if you get a healthy child, and we thank God when you get a healthy child, yes. With time, even when they are 2-3 years old, you're able to send them, go mama and get me this. 4 years old, you're able to do that. My daughter is 7 years old. I'm like, can you wipe that table? So slowly she's showering on her own. And so that's what we want to do for you as wellness coaches, where you are at a level where you're able to make those decisions on your own. Am I eating right? Am I hydrating well? Am I taking care of my digestive system? So that now you're having an independent, you've made your lifestyle change, so that even when you backslide, because backsliding happens, for sure, you're able to know where did I miss it and I correct it.
Oh, course correct.
Yes.
One of the things actually, as you've said that, is I usually say I love when people have all experiences, even when they backslide. But again, at least they got to taste the wellness side, because again, they'll have their own analysis. And I was like, I was feeling way much better when I was not doing this. Or I was feeling way much better when I was doing the exercises and eating like this. And right now, even when you eat the junk and everything that you're not supposed to do, is a part of your body, how you feel, how the registry of everything even around you. You have that. So even when you backslide, you get to the place of, nah, I know I can be better. I know of a better place than this, and it's easy for them to be like, yeah, this is why I was doing whatever I was doing before, because ways of discipline, ways of goodness, ways of good energy. Right? Actually, when you even separate life to good energy and bad energy, it's always, even just with the consequences that come with it, you'd be like, it felt good doing good.
Yes. And it's about building those small habits, not those. Sometimes people. I remember there's a gentleman who hit the gym for 2 days, and did, really. By the second day, their whole body was aching. I'm like, you cannot lose all that weight. But those small, consistent steps that we need to make, small habits that you keep adding slowly, you're able now to slowly build onto something that is more sustainable than a quick fix, than those big, hit and run.
Just the understanding of there's no quick fix. Changing for
the process, follow the process.
I can even imagine when you say you had more weight. How long do you think did you see like the best? You look yourself, you're like, it's happening. How long do you think it takes?
Depending on how many kilos, because it's a journey. And one thing that when it comes to managing your weight, you have to sort out cravings. If you don't sort out cravings, there's no work you're doing.
Okay.
There's no work you're doing. And that's where the cleansing program really helps. So once you're able to sort out cravings, like for me, but everybody's body is different.
For sure.
I wouldn't want to use me as as the point of reference, but just using myself as an example. It took me about 7 months to lose 13 kg.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so 13 months to
7 months to lose
13 kg.
Yeah.
But of course people are different. I wouldn't use that as a gauge. But anybody saying that you will lose 20 kg in 2 months, that's a lie. It's not healthy, it's not possible.
Yeah.
The one you lose the most is usually when you're removing your dead weight, which is the toxins. Because doctors say we have 3 to 9 kilos of dirt in our gut.
Well.
So you can actually lose 6 kilos within the first 9 days, even you do a detox program. And it's not weight you have lost. It's just a buildup of toxins that has come out. But now when you start working out, because you will need to start reducing on your calorie count by about 500 calories. And so we're looking at per week maybe half a kg, or not too much. Even
Not
sometimes when it's half a kg per month, depending on what somebody is doing towards working on that. But you need to do it in a healthy way so that it is sustainable.
Nice.
You don't want to rebound. What you do not want to do is to rebound. So you have to be very keen on what method are you using that is going to help you keep that weight in a sustainable way out of. Yeah.
And would you say you've made sense that life is you just have to be active, you just have to be up and down, you just have to be aware of what you're eating, you just have to be aware of even cleansing yourself. Imagining like a car. As much as you're driving, you don't want more exhaust in staying in the car. You really want it. You want the whole process to continue going for it to run for longer. And that's actually, even when you go back to the gut, when you're talking about the gut being mood regulator, it has
70% of your immunity is in there. Yeah. So and I like the example you've given for the car. I normally tell people, you never take your car for service because there's an engine problem.
You don't want the engine problem.
You don't want the engine problem. The reason you're taking it for service is so that you don't have that engine problem.
Because it is
and so sometimes when I'm talking to people and they're like, but yeah, I'm okay. I don't feel well. I don't feel bad. It's because they're already used to their energy problems and they're already used to their digestive problems. And they know, I'll go to the toilet after 3 days. I am fine. See me, Nikosa. I'm waking up every day. But I tell you have to service your body by doing a detox every 6 months, so that to avoid now your body getting into problems.
Serious problems.
Yes.
At that even. But again, even with the potential part, I'm living the part even for the potential of waking up and you feel, you are sleeping, and then you wake up just to be alive, your mind is alert to do the things you need to do, to plan for your day, or to even mark out your milestones of the day, of the week. If I didn't follow up last week to be able to book you, just follow up yesterday for us to be able to have the interview today. If you don't do that, you do it today, is maybe you miss it. It has to be postponed, not another
That's
way.
true.
So your potential is always like eluding you. So yes, with wellness, I'm like making sense to be able to have the energy enough to be that car that can get to Kisumu and come back without issues, because you break down in between mechanics, or you have to sleep in the car, or you have to do other stuff
to income extra costs that you had not thought about, like even getting maybe the flatbed to move you from there,
Oh gosh! When you put it as a car, I can see now. If it's not the flatbed of the car, it's the flatbed of an ambulance. You go to hospital. You both go into the garage.
Yes.
And then you're hoping there's a Nzula mechanic or Nzula
now Nzula will not be there. Now it will be with the doctor, because of course doctors have a very big role that they play, because they're also very important in terms of taking care of. There's something I was learning about. For us as wellness coaches, we come when there's a slight nutrient deficiency. But when it is extremely significant to the point where you actually need medications, doctors are important.
That's critical.
And that's why now the doctors will come in as a dietitian, or come in as, somebody to take care of your hypertension. So doctors come in at that point, which is important, because the medication needs to treat that. But you see, we always say prevention is better than cure. So you need to start movement, and the challenge comes in. We have a very sedentary lifestyle. It's easy for somebody to be seated for 8 hours without even moving, because maybe you have this project that just needs your attention. And I have a friend of mine who sometimes I ask, when did you actually walk downstairs? Because you're working from home. She woke up with the laptop, placed it here, started working, meeting after meeting. As in, even if you want to just take a short break, you find that the meetings are zinafuatana. So you find you have a very sedentary lifestyle. So movement is very key. You just, even if you're not able to do the gym, at least do a 30 minutes walk on purpose. Just get out and walk.
In your wellness things, do you usually have physical kind of products? Because
we are very big on sports nutrition.
Okay.
So we partner a lot with personal trainers.
Awesome.
Why is that? Because personal trainers are helping you to hit your, either it's a weight goal, your strength goal. But now, what happens when you're not recovering very well throughout the workouts? You're not. So you have joint problems, joint pain, and sometimes personal trainers will say, I've lost a few clients because their joints have given up because of the wear and tear.
Yeah, it's a push. It's too much push for the joints. So
yes.
How do we heal the joints to be able to?
So we help to deal with that inflammation. So we have products like Forever Move that help to it has turmeric, it has eggshell membrane that helps to increase the lubrication of the joints. We have products that are very high in proteins to help with your recovery, with your muscle bulking.
For sure.
We have products that help to help you to feel fuller, so to increase your electrolytes, and as you burn fat and all that, so you're able to hit your goals without backsliding. Because a lot of people also say, I go to the gym and then I've also put on weight. So you see, our products also come in and help you not to put on that weight, because you see, because you burned a lot of calories, so you need to have that energy back. And so how do you do that? Instead of going to eat that, burger,
because they're looking for the energy in the burger. You're like, hey, I've worked out
you're
now.
Extremely hungry, And I've been to the gym. Sometimes you get so hungry, you're like, you will work on those calories later. But now you see, now with like our protein shake, for example, if you're taking it throughout your workout, if at the end of it you'll not find yourself really hungry, and you're able to actually get enough time to do a healthier meal. So the products work very well with personal trainers to help their clients hit their targets. So we are very big on sports nutrition, supporting your joints, supporting your muscles, supporting your weight management goals.
The body is, I appreciate every day when I wake up and I can stretch and just feeling everything, because again I've broken all limbs, actually, both hands, both legs, and I know how to, like, there's a day you cannot do that, and how it affects just everything, your mood, your survival. Because again, life is a gift, but with that it's also such a responsibility, because you cannot just sit down on anything, on your life ideally. So you have to work to it, you have to clean the space that you're in, you have to go and look out for more business. Even if you're selling, you have to buy whatever you're selling, you have to go out and sell it. So there's a lot of, life is activity.
Yes.
And with the part I'm seeing you playing, with the role that you're playing out here, it's a fuel for life. It's even with a good engine and all that, you still want good fuel to be able to continue, for you to continue pushing. And I think even with the explanation of what you see the body to be as, what I see it is a machine that it's like that car that you're being given, and now it is for you now to maintain it. How well will you maintain it? What will you maintain it with even?
Yes. Giving it the correct fuel, the correct oils.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's where now this comes in. And it's not to say that you will not have a cheat day. You can have your burger and all. But we normally say do it in moderation. Yeah. So you can decide, I'm treating myself once a month. That's okay. That's the joy of life.
I think even your body can handle it.
Yes. So that helps you to also have the balance that yes, fine, I can do my healthy eating, like 70 to 80% of the time, and enjoy a few yummy things. Like my daughter calls them yummy.
Because health doesn't usually equate to yummy most of the time.
Sometimes my daughter will say, actually, no, mom, you just want us to eat healthy. I'm like, yes, you have to eat healthy. No.
Wow.
I'm like, it's okay, let's do healthy now, and then we will look for a day to do the treats.
And then that is your trick.
Yes.
Man, that is amazing. So now here I have quick fire round. So first thing that comes to mind, are you ready?
Yes.
Aloe vera gel or bee honey? What is your non-negotiable morning starts?
Aloe vera.
And what is the one word that describes reality when your wellness is in alignment?
Having my gut working well.
Okay.
My gut, yeah. So when my wellness is in alignment, having that good gut health, but ideally holistic wellness, where I'm having my good relationships with my family. I'm having a good relationship with God the Father.
For sure.
And I'm also sleeping well, and not social media binging. For
sure. Hey, that's making sense out of your life and reality, and you're like, hey, if you have this in alignment, this in alignment, life is good.
Yes.
For sure. What is your favorite wellness habit that costs exactly $0?
Sleep.
0 shilling.
Sleep. Getting hydrated is lazima ulipe kanjo hata kama.
For sure. So sleep is, you just need to
sleep. In fact, it saves me money because the lights are off.
Amazing. Oh man. And I think that should be like a topic on its own, on how to sleep well, when to sleep, and how to sleep.
How to sleep well. Yeah. So yeah, that costs definitely $0, but also walking walking definitely costs 0 shillings. You just need to just wear comfortable walking shoes and do a 30 minutes walk around the estate. I do love that. That for me is also a wellness habit that costs 0 shillings.
For sure. And even if you're busy, you just like, I want to use a matatu today. I'm walking from here to there, and I'll take the matatu from the next stage.
Yes. In fact, I look forward to those days when I don't have to drive. Awesome. Because now I can be able to decide I will walk longer and pick a matatu at a different location. There's a time when I was preparing for the Kilimanjaro Marathon, and then you really need to hit those kilometers. I don't run, I walk. So I would make sure that because I was told by the time you're getting to that, you need to be averaging between 18 kilometers to 21 kilometers, so that you can be able to do your 21 kilometers without a problem. And so I really used to look forward to those days. There's that day I walked from Westlands to the office here in Kilimani. Nice. I walked from Kilimani to the same day. Whoa. I did, after I finished my meetings, walked from here to Langata to my... So because I was trying to build the habit. So I really did enjoy that time. I should get back to it.
The foundation was strong when you built it.
Yes.
So it's easy for you to go back and build upon it, upon the foundation that you had in the first place.
Yeah. So those are the 2 wellness habits that cost 0 shillings. That
sleeping, walking.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But you can also tell me whether there's another one that costs 0 shillings that you do.
Whoa, man, stretching. For me, I'm like past that is just the stretching part, because again, the muscle expansion and contraction really leaves somebody to be weary, and especially now you have. Sleep helps with that, right? To a certain point. But again, when you sleep, I usually imagine.
Yeah.
You usually sleep one way, so you're like, what's left to the other side of the muscle? So, whether waking up, the stretching part, and hydrating, because again, if you're 70% water,
yes,
you can imagine. You always have to keep washing.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually have the concept of a glass. I like my glass jug, which is clear, and my glass my glass where I put the water to drink. And usually just like the concept of how you see it so clear. So I usually imagine of myself being that clear and the next person being that clear. You don't have to, because again, if it's not juice or anything else colored, you won't drink it. You will always be, or even when you're serving somebody, they can see everything for them to be like, this is amazing, and they drink it all. So yeah, hydrating, that's very important. Which forever living product do you think is the hidden gem that most people need to know about?
Of course, you've overheard me talking about aloe vera, but now aloe vera is actually in about more than 60% of our products. It's in our skincare range of products. Because one thing that I have loved about aloe vera is that whatever you combine it with, like for example, if we talk about our heat lotion, this one is extremely good for dealing with people with joint problems, arthritis. You've been exercising, you got your muscle strains and all that. You're a marathoner, very, very big on exercise. It has menthol and eucalyptus in it. Now, and then there's aloe vera. Whatever you combine with aloe vera, it takes it 7 layers into your skin. Nice. So you find that its absorption is very high. It's able to also keep your skin extremely hydrated. And so that's why for me aloe vera is a big, it's actually something I can talk about. And a lot of people think about it, they feel that it's like a recent concept. It's something that has been there for over 1,500 years. Aloe vera, it's over 1,500 years. What was it called? Alexandra conquered a whole mountain for it, So you find it has its healing properties, and so if you're drinking it, it's healing you from inside. If you're using it topically, it's healing you from outside. So that for me is the hidden gem. Yeah, that I would definitely talk about. But we do have quite a wide range of other products that take care of your skin. I normally tell people, don't look your age. I keep, let the years come, but Jackie, don't look your age.
Because again, when you make sense of actually the body and how to take care of it, you won't look your age.
Yes.
It's just something like, you've been told this is the mother and the daughter.
I remember somebody guessing my age, and they gave me 10 years less. I almost had a party. I was so excited. And I was like, I will not even correct you.
I'm just serious.
Yeah, so taking care of your health is very important. And there's one of my mentors who say those things that are easy to do are also very easy not to do.
Why?
Because drinking water is easy to do, but how many people do their 8 glasses of water?
That's a realization I made actually like today morning.
Walking is easy to do. How many people do it? So as much as we say wellness is very easy, it's also very easy not to do. And so you have to purpose to actually do it. Yes, you have to actually purpose and be very intentional in changing your lifestyle. Yeah.
As you're saying that, I'm seeing stairs and steps, because life is like stairs. Telling somebody take the, maybe on the 3rd floor, there's a lift, you'll go for the lift most likely, not go for the stairs. But weirdly with stairs is every time you take it is muscle build. And it will be easier for you the next day to go up the stairs. True. And the next day you're not even feeling the stairs no more. But again, as you've said, as it is easy to do it, it is very easy not to do it too. That's my takeaway for today. That's amazing. That's simple and very deep too. If you could put one message on a billboard for the whole world to see today, what will it say?
Take care of your body, because it's the only place you have to live in.
As an interior designer, I usually talk about interior designing spaces because you're living in them. But now this is the other interior. This is interior for you. And that's amazing. Sprinkle, life is the gift, and if the body is the vessel that you've been given to live, to experience all this, man, I can only wish you a good experience. I wouldn't want to hear you went to this place and you didn't have a good experience. So since we are here on earth and we appreciate what life has given us, I wish everybody a good experience, and definitely how, if not in the body that you're living in. Please tell us what the gut is, and also from other circles of listening to your gut. When in business, in life, survival, tactics. Because definitely, I bet there's a connection. Having a healthy gut, and actually now, because you have a clearer mind, now you can. At times, I usually feel I don't understand when I'm supposed to listen to my gut. Was I supposed to do that deal? Was I supposed to accept the terms of whatever? Was I supposed to go left or right?
Well, let me first put away the one for listening to your gut, but now this other bit when it comes to the body.
Yeah.
So the gut is the whole digestive system. So when it comes from when you eat, now coming down to where the stomach is, sometimes people will talk about the stomach and the gut as the same thing, but they are not the same thing. So the stomach is just a J-shaped organ where food gets in, but now the gut now has to do with the anus, it has to do with the colon, they're just the GI tract, so to speak. So that we have to make sure that when we talk about cleansing your gut, we are cleansing everything, including the colon, and so what happens, especially now with the large colon, that's why there's normally reduced bowel movement. That is not the stomach. That is not allowing you to take the food out to
that is the exit already.
It's not getting to the exit. So that is the part of the gut. Yeah, so it's just the whole system that has the GI tract, just the whole system. Then now we have the stomach. So when it comes to listening to your gut, just, when you talk about gut feeling, it's just, I think people are just it's an expression, so to speak. I don't think you're listening to your gut. It's just that inner feeling of am I making the right decision? But yet again, yes, of course you might be like, this, let me not do this. But you also sometimes you need to have more information before you make that decision.
Oh, for sure.
Because you can't just say, I'm listening to my gut. Yes. What have you been exposed to? Because sometimes you could be listening, and now talking more as a Christian, there's a bit for discernment. As much as, yes, there's a gut feeling, there's a discernment. You could be feeling, when you're looking at it, it doesn't look like a good deal, but when through discernment, God tells you, no, this is a good deal. Or you're like, hey, my gut feeling says this is good, let me get into this. Mm-hmm. And I know somebody who was, somebody came with a really good deal, and they were so convinced that this person had a solution for his children, and so he went with it and followed through, gave the money that is required, and his gut was telling him it's okay. But now, if he had added the extra layer of discernment, mm-hmm. He would have been God would have shown him this is not a good path,
For sure.
That you should not follow that. So that's my understanding. It could be right or wrong, and I don't mind people correcting it.
No, we are not to make sense. We are not to make sense. And at times, as you said, today you think and then tomorrow you're like, you see what I've been studying about. I thought it was this, and then you just add one more factor, and you're like, no, it doesn't make sense anymore. All right. There's something you've brought up now. There's a part of the best thing is that you're a Christian, and what do you feel is, your call? You feel like, I go by Angel Michael, and one of the things I say that is, I'm on duty. I feel like I'm angel on duty, just to make sure the good word goes around, the good energy keeps flowing. And for this one now, what do you feel like you're on duty doing as a Christian, and especially in the part of wellness? Because I bet there's extra spice when you put your faith to your work. Yes. I bet it gives you even more purpose and why you're doing whatever you're doing.
Yes, and the Bible says the body is the temple of God.
Awesome.
And so there's always the bit of exposure in terms of your spiritual life. What are you exposing yourself to? What are you watching and all that? But also over and above just the spiritual aspects, which now our bishop and our pastors and our spiritual leaders help us to navigate through that as our temple in terms of our mindset and all that. Now, where we come in as wellness coaches is now making sure that body, which is the temple of God, is able to be healthy enough to meet what God put you here on earth. What is your purpose on here on earth? And if you're not healthy, you're not well, you are either in hospital, and sometimes by this it has nothing to do with hospital. Hospital is, you're extremely nutrient deficient that we need now to get a doctor in to support you in that area. It can, as I said, we are talking about energy problems. You just have low energy. By 3 o'clock, you have shut down. I'm not even having a conversation with you. I'm tired, or I'm not having my regular bowel movement, and so when that body is toxic, you're not able to enjoy. In fact, there are some ads I've been watching about as we age, the way your limbs can really get, because of magnesium issues, your limbs are fiery, you are just having a lot of issues with your joints. And so if you needed to take care of your grandchildren, for example, you can't do that. You're an unhappy grandmother because your body is just refusing to work.
For sure.
So I feel my calling is to help people enjoy fullness of life when it comes to their health and their wellness by walking them through the journey of choosing the right products, but choosing the right lifestyle changes.
Nice. And there's another thing that you brought up, and I'm like, hey, this one needs for you to help us make sense. As you said, men's nutritional needs are very different from women's nutritional needs. And I was wondering what happens in a home with a father, a mother, a son, and a daughter, and what is the ideal situation of how to be able to take care of such kind of homestead? Because because in that case is food is the same.
Yeah.
Tukipika tunakula si wote.
Yeah, no, the food will definitely be the same. Now, where we now come in is when we now start having targeted nutritional support.
Okay.
So when you have targeted nutritional support, then now that's why we're talking about supplementation. Fine, you've eaten your meals, and of course, kama ni ugali na your mboga and your to meat. So you've eaten your balanced meal. Yeah. So the whole family has eaten that. But now there's that now bridging the nutritional gaps of what is needed. So we will not come and give you what your body does not require. So most of the time when we talk about that is now when we are talking about the targeted support. Now what does your body require? And that's why now, like for us, we have like Vitalize for Men. Vitalize for Men, you will find that it will take care of your testicular health, it will take care of your prostate health as a gentleman, it will take care of your urinary tract as a man, because and take care of the hormones that affect men. And so that's why we'll put things like pumpkin seeds, we'll put palmetto, it's quite a number of ingredients that are very good for men to boost their energy and increase on their zinc intake. Now, so that becomes targeted for the man. In the ladies' product, in the man's product, you will not find iron in it. In the ladies' product, you will not find zinc in it. Okay. But you will find iron at a good level. You'll find folic acid at a good level, because that is really required for ladies, and because of either they are getting into they have very painful periods, or they have hormonal imbalance. I have a friend of mine who is also a client who was did not have her monthly menses for a whole 8 months, and she was 32. 8 months, and she was asking me, have I gotten into menopause? I am 32 years old. And so of course we cleansed her body, and we found that it's just the body that had clogged itself. And
can you imagine it's as simple as that? At times I usually talk about tips and tricks.
Yes.
Because again, it's nothing so big. You just like tutatue hapa, deal with this, deal with that. It can stand on its own. It is no longer
so problem. So in the homestead, whatever is available, like just ensure it's balanced, everybody enjoys and eats at moderately whatever your body requires. But now when you talk about the different needs, now it's when we are bridging those nutritional gaps. Then now we give you what your body requires, not deciding we are going to just give you a general supplement. And so that even if we give you a general supplement like Forever Daily, you will find the levels are very little, just what your body would require for either zinc or iron, but not at the level of if it was targeted to you as a man or targeted to you as a lady. Yeah.
Tell us about the business aspect of Forever Living.
Yes. So one how we have been structured as a business is that we help people, positive people who are looking for extra income, or somebody who is looking, maybe the job is likatika and you're looking for, how can I be able to have an income to support my family? So we offer mentorship. We offer opportunities in our office where we are able to train these people how to sell the products. In fact, we don't sell products. We recommend the products. So how do you recommend the products to the clients? How are you able to make profit out of the products? How are you able to build a team that can be able to also earn an income for you? Because what we do is I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki, and he talks about the power of leverage, and he talks about very many leverages. Now, with our kind of business, we talk about other people's money and other people's time. Mm-hmm. So we help you maximize on the leverage of other people's time and other people's money to be able to grow. And other people's money is more like if I have aloe vera, I ask you, okay, this aloe vera is going to help you, please send me the money. I buy the product and then I deliver to you, I make my profit. So that's now, so even anybody without money can still do this business. You just need to make sure that you have people who trust you. Now, if you don't have people who trust you to pay you in advance, then I don't know what kind of relationships you've been building.
Yeah, and I think even just to highlight that is the part of why trust is critical, is vital, is in as you're going about your life and your reality, keep building the trust to be able to have consistent suppliers, consistent a consistent system where we are able to take care of each other as brothers and sisters, because I usually say we have such a long road to go. There's without being naive, there's so much bad, but again we have so much good that we need to work on, even just to be able to minimize the bad. As much as you minimize the bad, still the good supply has to be way more. So with that, we have to we're on the road to Sichwake.
So if there's anybody out there who's looking for an opportunity in the wellness space, it's big. It's actually over very many billions, especially globally. So we can be able to mentor you on how to grow a team, and make money, and also get money through profit and all that.
And I usually hit it with, if you don't work, you don't eat. And again, how do you live without eating? So thank you for having a solution for people to be able to make an extra shilling, to be able to sustain their lives, to see another day. We have dreams and goals, and the big picture of wellness. You are helping us get to our dreams and goals, because they need a lot of work. They need a lot of mileage, and with that, we're not moving if we're not well ourselves. So thanks again so much for today.
My parting shot is nourish, restore, and thrive.
Wow, for sure. Hey, Nzula, thank you for being a well of wellness today, and for reminding us that wellness is the first step to making sense of it all. Whether you're looking for physical reset or new career path in the wellness industry, the Queen of Wellness has the roadmap to wellness, to being better, to making sense of your life and your reality, so that we can all be in a place of wellness. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Until next time.
Thank you for having me in the show.
Most welcome. This is Making Sense of Life and Reality.